Hello Intuitors, it's Aria here and welcome to the Intuit Cafe. My plan in the weeks and the months ahead is to release a weekly reading by the sign of the zodiac, and in that reading I'll start out with a card spread that will give me like kind of a story, what the situation is, and then I'll be asking what are the blocks, what are the things that are preventing this situation from moving forward. Then at the end of that, you're going to have the opportunity to choose from 4 different action outcomes that might be the possible guidance for you at this time. And this is where I really am excited about giving you the opportunity to learn and hone your own intuition, to pick a reading that will either at that time help you know what's the best course of action to take or what's a course of action to avoid. Another way that you can use the readings at the end is if you're watching it and you're wondering what someone of that sun sign might end up doing at that time, then you can set the intention that whatever reading that you're guided to watch will be the most likely action or outcome that they take at this time, and it can kind of give you some insights on how things might progress in the future. So the way I view divination and utilizing your intuition to find or divine the kinds of information that are brought forth in readings like this is that basically once the reading is created, it's in the collective consciousness to an extent. And it has a specific frequency based on whatever it contains. So whatever frequency you yourself are tuned into at that time is like a certain trajectory. It's the direction that you're headed. And I really believe that as time goes on and you start learning how to tune into your own intuition, you truly will have the opportunity to attract the reading that has the most pertinent information for you at that time. And the same thing also works if you're watching this reading in regards to someone else. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, so this whole scenario really matches up to I know what's happening, but I don't have any control over what actions they take. And then you're asking your higher knowing to show you the reading that has the most likely match to where their frequency is at this time. And that's why you can end up getting a message that will be predictive of their next move. That rather than just saying, here's a general reading for everybody, it's saying, here's a starting point for everyone who's watching. If that starting point doesn't match up for you at this time, then maybe go watch a different sign of the zodiac, maybe your moon or your rising sign. But if it does resonate with you at this time, then you have the opportunity to pick the action or the outcome that are most in tune with where your trajectory is headed based on the frequency you're at. Now, without any further ado, let's get right into today's reading. Hello, Scorpio. So I have a message here for you today, or a situation we're taking a look at for your weekly reading. First of all, we have the Tower, the Rider, the Woman, the Ring. I'm sorry, the Tree. I had Tower in my head. We have the Tree, the Rider, the Woman, the Ring, the Tower. Now, the Tree and the Rider together are really indicating about being on the right path at the right time, kind of like even in a sense being in the right place at the right time for whatever's coming in your life next, and for whatever will transpire as time goes on. You're really fulfilling your goals, you're living a life that's very purposeful, and good things are unfolding at this time. This the Rider has a lot of momentum and he moves very quickly, but the Tree is very slow. They're like very opposite energies in that way. And the Tree is about things that grow over time. And so the suggestion here is that you shouldn't skimp or rush on the details right now. Really take the time to make sure that everything you're doing, you're going about it in the best way, and don't rush through it. You're really assured with this combination that things are going the way they should, but in order to do that, you need to really make sure that you're going through things carefully and slowly. A woman does come up in the center, so this spread really is about a woman. It could be you, it could be the other person, or someone else you're involved with. There's definitely some kind of relationship, partnership, or commitment with someone, and that could be a love commitment for sure. But it's not yet indicated specifically, but regardless, there's some kind of commitment, engagement, or something in regards to this person. The Rider and the Ring together, they also mirror each other, and so we read them together, and it does talk about messages or information coming in, and it kind of in a quickly with movement in regards to a an engagement or commitment with someone. So if there's not like a committed relationship for some of you, I feel like it's on the horizon and it's coming in. I feel like you're doing the work that you need to do to be ready for it and to prepare for it, or even if you're in a relationship it is growing the way it needs to, you're on track for it, and it is coming, because the Rider and the Ring say that it is coming, but it's you know, it's not here quite yet, but it's on its way in, and just to continue doing what you're doing is really the advice. The Ring and the Tower talk about a relationship from your past. They're quite specific in that regard. It is you know, like it could be someone from your past actually shows up, or a relationship from the past really figures in at this time. Another meaning is just that it's about a long-term commitment or agreement, you know, definitely something like marriage or something of that nature, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean about marriage. It's just that something in the terms of a long-term agreement or something of a long-term nature is coming up at this time. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these cards and see if we get any more light on what this is all about. It does look like the woman is a friend, or you are a friend to this, you know, someone in this situation. The tree is in the house of the woman, and I'm feeling like this is just highlighting the fact that you, or whomever this reading is mostly about, is this is yours right here. Like, this is you. You really are on this path. It is truly like you've owned it, and you really it's your personal growth, your development. You're developing this over time that then brings in you know, and this is featured, but like this really has to do, the growth and everything has to do with what the woman has done. The Rider does show up in the house of the snake, and the snake can be about you know, something or someone who's being you know, vicious or biting, or you know, like of a negative nature. But the other cards are quite positive around it, so I'm feeling more just that perhaps the Rider is it's news, information, and that kind of thing coming in, and it could have to do, like, there might be an initial bite to this news or information, but in the long run it's not going to affect you in a, you know, in a way that is difficult, or, you know, perhaps if, because this is about some kind of long-term relationship, engagement, or connection with someone, and that you may have some information coming up, you know, from them that may have a bit of a at first your first reaction is ouch, but in the long run it's not necessarily going to, like, I feel like unfazed is the word that's coming to me. The Ring is in the house of the decision, so it does look like someone has a decision to make about this relationship in some way, and it could be that some news and information come in that help you make that decision, because, you know, it was really clear, oh, this is somebody from my past, or this situation is not maybe the best thing for me, and there's a bite to it. It's not, I don't like it, it's not something I want, it's, you know, not a good thing. It helps you make a decision. The woman also is coming up in the house of the dog, which is about friendship. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is not necessarily a love reading. It's about friendship of some kind. And the Tower is in the house of the moon, which the moon is about recognition and invitation. It's also deep emotional aspects, or even romance. So, you know, again, there could be some people that this is a love relationship with romance. And the Tower, I feel like it's just really been there for a long time. It's been emotional connection for a long time. There's been romance here for a long time. If some of you are facing a decision of actually breaking something off with someone who's been a friend to you for a long time, or is from your past, whether it's a love or a friendship relationship, I know it can be, you know, it could be really challenging at this time if that's what's going on. Or, you know, whatever. This is going to apply for different people in different ways. At the end here, when you are choosing which of the 4 videos to watch, set your intention about whether you are wanting to know what someone else will do. If you see the situation as someone else and you want to know what their likely action is going to be, then set that as your intention. If it's an action you want to know about whether you should take or not, set the intention that it's the suggested action for you. And again, I'll just encourage you that if this reading didn't resonate with you, that much, then go to your moon, your rising, your Venus. Perhaps one of those ones will be really your message for the week. So thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you around next week.